Hello everyone, Vita's a Tracy back again. Wishing you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year and Happy Hanukkah and all that great stuff. Today we're looking at a Christmas themed game. It says Ugly Christmas Sweaters, aren't they ugly? By Hunter or Hennigar, aka H2. Get it? Double H's. It's a trick taking, card drafting, sweater crafting game. It is for 2 to 4 players, ages 14 and up, 30 to 45 minutes, H2 games. It's the only game that I'm aware of that they designed. It was a Kickstarter game as well. In the game, obviously, you get a rule book. You get a pad here, score pad. And you're going to be playing 3 rounds in a game. And you also get a bunch of other cards. You get these 4 cards here, number 1 through 4, which are going to be for setting up the draft order. At the start of the game, you're supposed to shuffle them up. Well, you can. You can either give the number 1 to whoever is wearing the most red and green if you want to be festive, or you can shuffle them up, deal them out, and whoever has number 1 gets to be the lead player. And then after that will be determined by who wins the trick. So we'll just say that I'm dressed festively. I'm not, but we can just pretend I am. And so I got that. We also got these end around scoring cards. Each player is going to get one. It tells you how you're going to be scoring. And there's a variety of ways to score. There's this round trackers for the express variant. It's a quicker, easier, maybe not necessarily easier, but I guess it should be. It's a 1 round game, and so you use this for tracking, I guess, each round or turn. But we're not going to play with that. There's also these 4 bonus cards from Kickstarter expansion that were included in the game, and they just add some one-time use abilities. And there's one that's kind of a end game bonus type thing. Again, these are, you don't have to use them. They recommend not using them for your first game, so we're not going to. Then you got the deck of sweater cards, and pretty nice design, and it's a linen finish. In this deck, you got cards numbered 1 to 12 in 4 colors: red, yellow, green, and purple. You'll see they all have a little light bulb on the side, Christmas light, and they all have letter on it, which is going to be the right side of a sweater, the left side of the sweater, and the bottom of the sweater. And what you're trying to do is win cards and tricks so that you can build sweaters. Once a person has built 3 sweaters, the game ends, which is going to take a couple of rounds, more than likely. All the cards also have different icons like snowmen, trees, candy canes, and bells. But there's also in each suit a special patch card like this. That's a question mark. And during the trick-taking phase, the trade phase as they call it, this card will copy the number and icon of the previous played card. So if this 1 was played, this would copy it and become a 1 and bell symbol. If it's led into a trick, it will copy any card that is going to be in the draft pool. There's going to be 4 cards in the middle in the draft pool. So that's how that one works. Now, so nothing in the knit phase, this is when you're putting your sweaters together after drafting. It just becomes a wild and will stay that way until it's connected to another sweater piece. And the number and icon also remain wild until the end of the round scoring. So you can kind of sift it around a little bit. Then you got some other cards here, numbered 1, 2, and 3. Hope you can see that. There's number 1. Number 1 is the perfect fit. This is going to determine a number in a round that's going to be basically the super trump for the round. the highest valued number. Number 2 is B20 yarn. This is going to determine the trump suit for the round. And number 3 is a bunch of these. This is the fad, and it's going to determine what you will score in this round. In this case, you get 350 points for all purple, and for all snowmen, for one of those fads. You also got the Secret Santa cards. Each player is going to get one at the beginning of the game. And these just have relatives of yours that are looking at Uncle Phil, who's looking for a sweater that has 2 purple and 1 tree, and you would get points. Each player is going to get one of these. It's going to be kept a secret, and you're trying to get that for extra points. Now, there are variants where you can play with like 3 of those Secret Santa cards if you want, but we won't get into that at this point. Along with the other reference cards. Now, there's some nice information on the different cards in the back, which is good. So let's get on to the game here. So we have our gameplay cards set up. We have our draft order cards, our sweater cards, and then the reference cards are in there, the Secret Santa cards. And so what we're going to do is we're going to shuffle up the deck. Actually, firstly determine who's going to be the star player. Again, I'm just going to give myself the 1 and be the star player, but you give it to whoever is dressed the most festively, or you just deal them out randomly, and whoever gets the 1 becomes the star player. The rest of the cards you can put aside for the moment. We shuffle up the sweater cards, and we're going to deal out 4 to form a draft pool. Oh, lots of yellow. Well, it's going to flip over the top card each one of these. So the trendy number is, or the perfect number is 2. This means 2 will beat other numbers in a trick. Green is going to be the trump suit, and the fads are all green and all trees. And each player is going to get a Secret Santa. Now, apparently this is pretty popular game to play with 2 players. And if you play with 2 players, you're going to be basically playing a card. Your opponent plays a card, comes back to you for another card, and then they play another card. And then you go through the whole drafting phase. And so you're going to be drafting every turn. You're going to be playing and drafting 2 cards. So it sounds kind of interesting. I decided to do it so you had a 4-player game, for what it's worth. So each player is then going to get dealt out 12 cards, which is the remainder of the deck. And I may have missed dealt here somewhere. No, it seems okay. Then what we're going to do is we're going to draw 9 cards, and the other 3 become a draft pool, if you will. We'll just take the bottom 3, throw them aside. I'll put them under the Secret Santas so they don't get mixed up. Again, each player has a Secret Santa. Mine is green. Brainy bites Brian's Christmas sweater. My nerdy cousin, apparently. Or nephew or whatever. He wants 2 green and 1 snowman. If you get that, any kind of combination, then you will get bonus points. So, I would start off, since I'm the number 1, leading into a trick, or as they call it, what did they call it? Trading. They call it trading. And I will lead. Green, remember, is the trump suit. I'm going to lead. I'm there's not a whole lot of, well, I could go for a tree. I'm going to do that actually. I'm going to play the 8 red. Now the next player has to either play a card that is the same color or the same symbol, icon, that being snowman. So they decide to play, what are they looking for? They're looking for the dog. Lovely Leia is looking for 2 trees and a red. Interesting. So they're not too interested in what is out there. Maybe they're interested in the tree as well. So they play this 12. It's the same, it's a different color, but it is a snowman. And then this player is going to go, and they're going to play, what do they want to play? What's their Secret Santa say? It's their cousin Vinny, or Vinny, who's looking for 2 yellow and a bell. Ooh, there's lots of yellow here. And there's bells. So, they are looking at their hand. Unfortunately, they cannot win this trick. Well, unless they play something trump, which theoretically they could, because this is a snowman. So they will play the snowman in the trump to perhaps win the trick. This guy's Secret Santa is Rambunctious sister Rain. She wants 2 snowmen and 1 yellow. So they will. And yes, it is must follow. You have to follow the suit that was the color that was led, or the symbol. So far, everyone's playing different symbols or different suits here, different colors, but the same symbol. This guy decides to play he decides to play this 5, and they beat it. So you're going to look at, when you look at resolving who wins the trick, who gets the draft win, first you're going to see if anyone played the perfect fit. Did anyone play a 2? No. If more than one person plays a 2, or whatever the perfect fit is, it's going to be the last one played that wins. Then you're going to see if anyone played trump. Yes. And since more than one person played trump, highest trump wins. If nobody had played trump or perfect fit, then you just look at the overall highest number. So, this person won. They played the highest of the trump. This guy second highest. Then there would be this one, and I played the lowest one ultimately. And so this person, again, they're looking for trees, green, or in this case, they're also looking for snowmen and yellow. So they take, they'll take a yellow. And then, actually, maybe they take this yellow. Then it comes to this person who is looking for, ideally, 2 yellow and a bell. So they take this yellow. This player was looking for 2 trees and 1 red. Also green, though. They don't have anything they're really excited about here. What was this one again? 2 trees and 1 red. Oof. It's not great. So they're just going to draft whatever. And then I get the card that is left, which is this yellow. These cards that were played into the trick then become the new draft pool. Starting with who won the trick, they get to play a card. And then I would follow, and then everyone else follows. That's the general gist of the game. It's a trick-taking game with drafting and sweater crafting, as they say. At the end of the game, let me just see. And again, you're going to play through a round. At the end of the round, you will change up the perfect fit, the trendy yarn, and the fads to a different fad. I do believe you change the fads. Yeah, these are the parameters for this round. And these are called the gameplay cards. So eventually, as you play and you draft cards, you're going to be able to put sweaters together. Oh, and again, this one we talked about a little bit. But let's just say I'm looking for green and snowman. Let me just see if I can craft a few things. Oh, those are both the same thing. That would kind of meet that. And of course, after you play the trick, you're also going to draw back up to 9 cards until there's no more. Then you're just going to go down to 8, 7, 6 until the end. So you have to also keep that in mind. Let me just set this up very quickly as well. So I am kind of cheating here a little bit. See what I can find. I got a few sweaters going on here apparently. What was my... Oh yeah, 2 green and a snowman. Alright, just say we did that. So, again, the game ends. Let me just put some of these away. Once someone has completed 3 sweaters, and so I've completed 3 sweaters. So then you're going to get onto scoring, and this is incomplete, so it doesn't really count for anything. But and you're going to do this. You're going to score at the end of every round, and the game ends once there's 3 completed sweaters in front of 1 player. So it takes up a little bit of table space as well. Each sweater you build gives you 2 points, so you got 2, 4, 6 points. If you have 3 consecutive numbers, I got 10, 11, 12. That's an additional 2 points, so I'm up to 8 points. Then there's the fads. In this case, the fad for this one, let's just see a couple of fads here. If this was the end of the first round, the fad was all green and or all trees. Excuse me. I don't have all trees, but I do have all green. So that would give me an additional 3 points. 2, 4, 6, 8. I had 11 points. Now, if you also have all matching non-fad colors and icons, you would get 1 point. And I do have that. Look, I got all 3 candy canes. And it's a non-fad color. It's not green, it's red. So that would give me 1 point, which isn't bad. So it could be either matching. They can be different colors as long as they're the same icon, or they can all be the same color, but different icons, or even the same icon. So for instance, this one doesn't count for that. Then you can look at your Secret Santa. This guy wanted 2 green and a snowman. I got 2 green and a snowman. Snowman color doesn't matter. So I would get 3 points for that. So I'm at 15 points, I think. Most points wins. It's a very interesting game. There's a lot of thinking. Which card do I draft? Where do I want to put it? And yeah, it's pretty interesting. And obviously, you're going to score at the end of each round. You're going to write it down on the score sheet. And after 3 rounds, you're going to add them up, see who has the most points. You're going to be looking at, again, each sweater you built is 2 points. If you have 3 consecutive numbers like 10, 11, 12, that's 2 points. The fads, which is these, going to be worth having many points. I think they're all like 3 points. Anything that's not, that matches what is a non-fad color or icon. In this case, the fad colors was green and the icon was trees. This red one kind of accomplishes both of those. So, I don't know. I guess I would get 2 points for that one because it matches all the same symbol and it's all the same color. And it doesn't match either. So, I would say 2 points. I don't know if that's correct or not. And then Secret Santa, which is this. And then you're also going to write down the number of unfinished sweaters and the number of fads completed as well. And that, in a nutshell, is the game. Now, I don't know why you're keeping track of everything that's unfinished and or non-fad stuff, but it is what it is. It doesn't really say. Anyway, that's the game. It's pretty interesting, pretty good quality. And that is that. Comment, like, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Merry Christmas, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.